Guys, I did something I thought I would never do since I told you all that I was going to try to quit smoking. And the reason I'm looking this way is because the camera is actually this way. I just have my phone in a weird position. But, yeah, I asked you guys, like, some ways to quit smoking. And I'm going to try, but I was bad today. And I bought this one. This little one. And I threw the big one away that you all have been seeing. Because it's crap. But this is pretty good. This is really small and compact and it charges easily. I do need to quit, though. My IBS medication makes me really groggy. Like, I can't even think properly right now. No wonder it says don't drive or operate heavy machinery. Which I wouldn't anyway. I've also been coming up with some, like, comedy material for my own. I can't talk. You all know. I told you why. And it's called, That's Not Normal is the title of the comedy material of mine that I have. And I'm going to put it out soon, probably. I got to tweak it and edit it, figure out the rhythm how I want to say it, and everything like that. And when I read it, you know, I went, this sounds an awful lot. I mean, nothing was plagiarized. But you know how they say if you listen to things that you like, whatever, especially if you're doing music or something, you're gonna always hear that influence somewhere in what you're doing, if you really are into something. And I wrote this whole comedy bit, you know, called Is This Normal? And I read it all and I'm thinking, I wonder why it sounds so much like George Carlin's material. And then I realized I watched George Carlin an hour earlier, you know what I mean? But I mean, none of it was plagiarized. I didn't take any jokes from George Carlin's vast category, or whatever the word is. And I'm gonna have to make a video probably either today or tomorrow after I tweak it and let you see it, because I really would like you all to see it. Nice. Not good for you, but nice. And I've also been going through a lot of your all's requests as well. I have like this booklet here that has just everybody's requests written down all over it. And that's what I use. I use my iPad usually to film videos. Usually my iPad would be what you can see here, like sitting on my desk. And then my phone is always in my hand when I'm reacting to whatever it is. But right now I'm just using my phone. My iPad is pretty bad because I've had it for like 4 or 5 years. And here's the case that's on it. I've had it for 4 or 5 years. And it's a iPad mini. It looks like this. And my screensaver has Stevie Ray Vaughan and Tommy Shannon on it. But it's bad. The only reason I say it's bad is because you have to keep it on the charger the whole time to use it. And that means that in the next few months, whenever a new mini comes out, because I don't like big devices, I really don't. The biggest device I have is this Chromebook that I own. And the Chromebook is very small. It's not a big Chromebook. But I will be getting a new iPad to be able to film more reaction videos soon. It's harder to do it on my phone because I have to use 2 devices usually. I mean, I've tried other reaction apps that do okay, but they're not great. And, I don't know. Maybe in the comments you all could tell me like an app I could use on my Chromebook to do editing for a YouTube video, because I haven't been able to find an editing app for my videos on my Chromebook. Like when I do a video on my Chromebook, I know exactly how to do it on my phone and my iPad, but it's a mystery to me on my Chromebook. But I hope everybody's had a pretty good day. My day's been kind of 50-50, you know, stomach issues and all. Basically just because it's new, I have to kind of, you know. It's hard to get used to because it's just so small. I mean, look how small that is. It's so tiny. And it's weird to get used to because look, this part is magnetic. The vape juice, like in the coil here, is magnetic, and it slides right back on. It is so weird. I'm used to that big bulky one that I used. All of y'all know the snakeskin one that I used to have. I dropped it once or twice, just once or twice, and that's all it took to break it. This one, somebody told me you could drop this and it'd be fine because most of it's plastic and metal and stuff. It should be okay, but I'm still going to be extra careful with it even though it's small. And it's much more smooth than my old vape. My old vape was really harsh. And these are the type of vape juices I've been smoking. I have like several different kinds. But this one's called Cactus Jackfruit Mandarin, and it looks like this. You know. By the way, if you're underage, do not smoke. I'm joking. You know, look, this is me. Everybody my whole life, especially when I was underage, they were like, don't start smoking, don't start smoking. Look, I know it's bad for you, and I know you can die from it. You can get cancer and die from it. But I have one motto that I go by every day. Do what makes you happy. And if that makes you happy, go ahead and do it because it's your own life. Well, when you're old enough. I'm old enough. Just about anyway. Almost old enough. In the vicinity of almost old enough. I got that from a joke that I listened to, a George Carlin skit though, where he said, how did he put it? I can never be fine and dandy at the same time. He said, 1 year in 1969 for an hour, I was both fine and dandy, but nobody asked me, so that was a missed opportunity. That's the way he said it. Let me see if I can remember the other part. He's like, almost dandy, near dandy, in the vicinity of dandyhood. I listen to George Carlin all the time, and I could probably recite many lines. And sometimes I'll tell, you know, one of my family members a joke of his or a friend of mine over the phone, and it cracks them up. But see, I won't tell anybody else's jokes unless I know the joke completely and know how to execute the joke the way you're supposed to. Because you can say the joke the way it's supposed to be, but if you're monotoned, or if you don't sound like you're coming across in a nice way, or I don't know how to describe it, but there's ways to say jokes that will make it funnier. I kind of think it's kind of like singing, you know what I mean? Like with jokes, you can go up, down, in between, down, low, and that's how the joke will go. Y'all can tell that I've watched too much George Carlin. I watched George Carlin in the 70s on YouTube. I know people use this term for people all the time. I don't use it often, but his personality and persona in the 70s is my spirit animal. And I know that's such an older term. I could use something else, but I don't know what other word to describe that would be. But if you're still watching, thank you. And if you're wondering what this video is really about, basically it's just me talking to you about random things. I think I should just title this video Random Things or something, you know. I wish I would have wrote down my comedy material on paper. I wrote it on my phone in the notes. Actually, I may actually have it on my iPad. Let me check. And if I do, I will make a video on it. No, I don't have it. Well, I'll look on my phone later. And I will transcribe it. Like, look at the comedy material I have on my notes and write it down. And tweak it and figure out the right cadence for it. Figure out the right rhythm for it. To me, comedy and oral, you know, speaking, comedy in general is rhetoric, you know. You're just kind of up here, you're bouncing down, you go back up, you know. It's like you've got, it depends on the joke, depends on your emotion towards it. It depends on how you want to come across with a specific thing. Do you want the audience to go, oh my goodness, or like they're surprised, or you want them to laugh their ass off, you know. I have a thing with my comedy. Well, George Carlin said this, and I started saying it too, just because I agree with it. He kind of, you know, I have a similarity between, I don't have a similarity between them at all. No, I don't. But there's one thing that I can identify with when he says, I like to take my audience over, I like to go over the line, and I like to take my audience with me, and I like to make them glad that they came. And that's kind of how I am with my comedy. I'm just like, I'm not looking for approval. I'm not looking for praise. I'm not looking for anything. I just want to look for a laugh and a smile, and that's good enough pay for me. If I can make somebody laugh or smile, you don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need money. If I can make you laugh or smile, that will make my day. You all should have seen me last night. I had so much coffee and it was bad. You probably would have laughed. If you've never seen me with too much caffeine, it's something. I just don't know what, you know. The more I smoke this new one, the more I'm liking it more than the old one. It's not super strong. It doesn't bombard me anyway. But, I thank you all for watching. Oh, I didn't show you this. This is the other kind I've got of vape juice. It's 60 milligrams. And it's called Apple Paradise. It's from a brand called Finest, and it's fruit edition. Can you see it? My camera is really bad, so if you all can't see that, just go to full screen. But I do want to try to quit smoking sometime. It's very hard though. But I hope everybody's having a good day, and I'm already uploading one reaction. There will be at least 2 or 3 more today. So everybody, have a great day. Ciao.